Thank you for stopping in on my new channel. Basically, my channel is about my lifestyle and living and working on a farm and a homestead. Well, today I'd like to talk to y'all about some of the beauty of the older homesteaders. Some of the beauties, all the hard work they did. I'd like to show you a couple beautiful things that come out of homesteading years and years ago. The quilting. Some of the old homesteaders had mastered the art of quilting. Let me just show you a couple of some of the quilts that were handed down to me. This is a pinwheel quilt. Now all of these were hand stitched. This one was called the Morning Star, with the star pattern. This one was the wedding ring, where the rings swirled into each other. Now some of these are just handmade without really a theme. They were just patched together with material that they had around, which this is a newer model. This was made probably about 20 years ago. Beautiful, beautiful quilt. Now here's one that just the checkered work. This was just material left over that they just patched together with the little yarn work in each corner to hold the quilting, the backing in. One of my many favorites, which I'll show you the whole quilt here in just a minute. This was made for me specially. And it's a little farm. And I had a twin bed when I was little. And this was made for my little twin bed because all I wanted was a little farm. There's the truck with the water feeder, the apple tree, and it does have a barn, which I'll spread it out and show you near the end of the video. Now some of the quiltings were just random pieces thrown together. I always call this my Christmas quilt, only because of the red and green, which to me always remind me of Christmas, to throw on the couch in the wintertime. And here's a couple of the other examples of quilting. A lot of these were just thrown together with material that was left over, scrap material. The women got together and would sew, and all of this was hand sewed. None of this nowadays, as they use machines, all this was hand stitched. As I call them now, generic quilts. They're still beautiful, but they're just done by sewing machines. This one was the wedding ring. See how the circles, they intertwine with each other, the two rings. This was a beautiful quilt too. And all of these were hand sewed. This one was one of my favorites too. One of the pinwheels. All the stitching done, which would probably took a long period of time. Plus, you also had the pillow. The pillows were all goose down. Some were really heavy, and then some were really soft. They were more the little pinstripe. The quilt was the star. Another one of my favorite. Little quilt I thought you would enjoy. This was my all-time favorite, with the little barn and the apple tree and the water for the horses with the little truck and the little sign that says going to the fair. I would assume this is your haystack. I think it's adorable. It was one of my favorites. It's meant for a little twin bed. These are traditions that are almost forgotten by our generation. Hopefully, we'll keep the quilting going on and pass it down to our generation. I hope you've enjoyed this channel on the quilts, the different quilts that's been passed down to me. If you've got any and would like to post them or show them, I'd love to see your quilting or your passed down quilts. I hope you've enjoyed this one video of some of my quilts that were handed down through the years to me by my grandparents, by my great-grandparents, and by my mother. I hope you'll stop back in and check my channel out and subscribe and like. I'm learning, so all of this is really new, and this was the first time I've talked on the video, so thumbs up, give me a chance, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.